Hello everybody. So today we're going to keep working on our observational drawings of our sunflowers. So basically we're going to be adding in colour. So last week you were just doing an outline, and so basically we were just using grey lead pencil to do our outlines only, so we weren't colouring in anything at all. So today we're actually going to add in colour, so you can use coloured pencil, or if you do have, you can use pastels, or you can use crayons as well. And we are focusing on line and also texture. So on the site you'll see the sunflowers picture, the vase, okay, and like I said, we're focusing again on line, so using all different types of lines to create a sunflower observational drawing. So here, different types of lines. And the reason we're doing this is because we're moving towards creating our Van Gogh sunflowers. So we're not creating Van Gogh sunflowers today, but if you look at this picture, you can really see the texture. So texture is how something feels. Like this is a flat 2D image, but if I was to look at it, it almost feels like I can touch it and it would feel scratchy. So you can see that there's a lot of texture there. Okay, so these are some other observational, pictures of flowers, and you can see the way that the artist has used lines in here and different textural forms or marks, different types of marks to create texture. This one here, again, this is a really good one for looking at the lines that the artist has created, and then I would say this has probably been used, pastels possibly been used here, and they've made marks to create the beautiful petals of the flowers. Okay, so let's look at how we can create lines and marks with ours. And then this one's a lot more realistic, and again you can see the lines and the colours. Okay, so with your sunflowers observational drawing, you will need to refer to the picture that is on the page, on the website page, because that's going to be your guide, but you will also, then use coloured pencils, like I said, or the pastels, and you can start now to use those lines to colour them in. Okay, so that's one of my stems there. Now I've got some foliage around here, so I might decide, I've noticed that one of the leaves has a very jagged edge, so I might decide I'm going to make a very jagged type of edge to my leaf. Okay, so feel free to use really interesting type of line designs. And there's also another leaf here, and again this little jagged edge to your leaves. Okay, and then it curls around like so. Right, now just for something different, if you do happen to say have a pastel, you might decide you are going to so I might try and find a yellow pastel here. There might be, and also maybe a brown pastel. So say for example we've got a large area where the seeds are, so you've got a very strong round line there, but your seeds, remember, you can do the mark making of the dots, so you don't have to colour it in as such, so I might do mark making of the dots. And you might decide you'll do strong kind of, zigzag petals that go out like this. So I want you to experiment with the different types of petals that you, sorry, different marks, different types of lines that you're making. Or you might decide you're going to, might choose, now if you are using pastel crayon, you may have to break it as well. So you may decide you're going to use the twists that we were talking about to create the flowers. Now, I'm just looking at this now, and I'm noticing that, so you might also decide you're going to do some flicks like this. We might actually get a little bit creative. So with this vase of flowers, it doesn't have to look identical to the picture. I think what we might do is get a bit creative, and I want you to test out using those marks that you were doing on our template, and now use them on this observational drawing of the sunflowers. So you might decide you're going to use a, say, create a ribbon for your stems. So you could do something like that, create a rim where you're just dragging it across. Okay, so you could do that, or you could even use this for the leaves. Just test that out. If you don't have pastels, like I say, you can use pencil, so you can still do dotting. So with a pencil, you could also still do scratches. So just experiment, scratching down, scratching up, and so on. So I want you to experiment with the mark making with either pastel or pencil, and with the vase, if you can, you can use marks, but focus on the line work with your vase. So yep, you may have a vase like this. So just going over our grey lead pencil marks now, okay? And then I think with the table, what we'll do is, if you can just make the table, it could be a neutral colour, and then we're just going to colour it in. So you can use either a smooth diagonal finish, or you could do side to side, or you can do up and down. Okay, so I want you to experiment with that. And also remember a background colour. So in terms of the background colour, you could, if you have a crayon or a pastel, you can use it on the side and just push up like that. Or you would use a pencil, and the background could be any kind of colour, and you just colour in like that. Okay, so please experiment with this. Good luck.